Okay, so we brush her first with a coarse comb, and then we have two other combs, the medium, rat tail, and then the fine comb. So after I do her body, then I work on her top knot, stay, and I remove the old elastics by taking the metal rat tail, and I usually put in 3, sometimes just 2, and usually they come right up. If it's been 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes you actually have to cut the elastics because they don't always come off easily. This bow came out very easily. All I did was just pull on it, and then there's one elastic that is right at the same level as the bow, and so I just took that out, and I just dispose of those usually, and then I pull the bottom of her top knot because it does get sort of bunched up. She doesn't love this part, but she realizes that it's very important. All of this, yes. So I could go through it with a medium comb. Sometimes I have to use the coarse comb to go through it. And go from a spot about right between her eyes, go straight up. And with Maltese, part of the problem is that their hair gets in their eyes, so you want to groom it out so it doesn't irritate their eyes and cause them to tear excessively. And after I get her hair all slicked back like that, if there's any of these little chunks of stuff in her fur, in her face, then I try and take those out by hand. And then I take the medium comb and I go through the side of her face here, through her cheek. I do that several times, being careful not to poke her in the eye. And it's always good, you can always grab right underneath the dog's mouth like this, like their beard. You can hold them like that, and then they can't really do anything. So sometimes I do that, and I turn her the other way, and you can see she knows what this routine is. She likes it. She knows she's going to be beautiful. Yes. When I move to the thin or fine comb, fine tooth comb, and here you want to go through several times in different directions. She's starting to change her breathing pattern now. She starts making these grunting noises. She's really enjoying this now. So I'll give her elastics. Good girl. And I'll just take a couple of those out and put them on my knee. Then I'll get a bow. We'll get a nice pink bow. Okay. And then I'll take one of the elastics. They sort of stick together, so I get them ready ahead of time. Get one of the elastics, and then I'll prepare what's called her top knot, which is basically the top of her head. And go from the edge of her eye, the corner of her eye here, back to her ear. Edge of her eye to her ear, and then it goes straight from ear to ear. Eye to ear, and then ear to ear. And then you can use the rat tail to push back any of the hair behind the ears. And I pull up. I don't think anybody can see you, Lily. She's lying down on my knee now and grunting with ecstasy. Yeah. And I just pretty much gather everything up with a comb. After I do it with the medium comb, and I do it with the fine comb. She's really enjoying this now, so she'd probably stay like this for quite a while. Just make sure that all our parts are good and clean. And then I have that elastic here on my fingers, and I'm going to just shift it to my right hand because that's how I function best. And then just wrap that around, twist it, wrap it again, and do that about 6 or 7 times, depending on how much it takes. And then, after you get the top knot up, you can adjust it by pulling back, and she's used to this, so you can adjust it by shifting one way or the other. And then other groomers have showed me you can take this and you can pull in different directions at different depths to make it more or less full. Depends on how you want it to lie. And I think every time I've done this, maybe about 500 times, it always comes out a little bit different. So I think that's okay. She likes it. I just hold her by her top knot, hold her there. Now I take the second elastic, put it somewhere in the middle, twist, pull over, twist, and then it doesn't have to be really tight. The tighter it is, sometimes the longer it lasts, but also the more damage it does to her hair in the end. So there's a compromise there between getting it really tight and how long it lasts. But she likes this, so if I do this for her every 3 or 4 days, she's pretty happy. And the last one I don't put on very tight. Then I take the bow, and on the back of the bow there is an elastic. I pull that out, put my fingers through there, and I put it on first going backwards, so the elastic is in front, the bow, pull the ponytail through, and the bow goes towards the back. Then I double it around, twist it, grab the ponytail, and pull the bow forward. And then I say, okay, sit. Come here. Let me see. Can I see? Isn't she beautiful, huh? And I find her collar. Find her collar. Okay, ready? Ready? Put that on. Good girl. Yeah, you're so happy, aren't you? Yes, now you're beautiful.